One of the questions I hear the most is, why is your bread so expensive? I can buy a $3 loaf at Walmart. And honestly, that's a fair question. But what many people don't see is that a real artisan sourdough isn't made in just a few hours. It's a labor of love that can take days or even weeks to create. It all starts with a sourdough starter, just flour and water. But for the next 7 to 14 days, it has to be fed every single day. Carefully nurtured until it's alive and strong enough to naturally raise bread. No shortcuts. No commercial yeast? Then, on baking day, I mix the dough by hand and let time do the work. Over the next several hours, I stretch and fold the dough multiple times, giving it strength and structure instead of rushing it through a machine. Then comes one of the longest parts of the process, the bulk fermentation. For the next 4 to 8 hours, the dough slowly rises as the wild yeast and beneficial bacteria work their magic. There's no rushing it. This is where the rich flavor, beautiful texture, and signature sourdough character begin to develop. It takes patience, constant attention, and a whole lot of trust in the process. After that, every loaf is individually weighed, pre-shaped by hand, rested, and then carefully shaped again to build tension for that beautiful oven spring. Each loaf is tucked into a banded-on basket and spends the entire night in a cold fermentation, allowing the flavor to deepen even more. The next morning, it's scored by hand, baked until golden brown, and filled with that signature crackling crust and soft, airy crumb that sourdough is known for. By the time one loaf reaches your table, it has taken over 24 hours of hands-on command. Behind that is weeks of maintaining a healthy starter. Years of learning, countless practice loaves, quality ingredients, electricity, equipment, and a whole lot of heart. So when you buy from a small home baker, you're not just buying bread. You're supporting a dream, a family, and countless hours of hard work that most people never see. You're supporting the late nights, the early mornings, the trial and error. The failed batches that ended up in the trash, the recipes that had to be tested over and over again, and the lessons learned through disappointment and persistence. Behind every successful loaf are dozens of mistakes, ingredients that were wasted, recipes that didn't work, and bakers who refused to give up until they got it right. You're supporting the love, patience, craftsmanship, and dedication that's baked into every single loaf, not because it's the easiest way to make bread, but because we truly care about giving you the very best we can create. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for choosing to support small businesses like mine. It means more than you'll ever know.